Hello my fellow rail fans, and we're here at Cajon Pass Railroad, Road Scale Southern Pacific, ATSF Map 1990. So we're here at this starting for the gameplay right here, so we're middle at the desert, so looks like this is not really Egypt or something, because this is not very bad happens, because there's something kind of enemy, some kind of a Hebrew for the Egyptian railways, because this is American Railways by now. So two players have been joined and some things just try to do so and just having a lot of work stuff and returning back. So this is not a actual test, so we're just going to pull off the rail freight cars and lots of freight cars including other tracks. So if we're going to do the other tracks, so before I'm going to do that, so we got some kind of pictures and some images at the borders. So if we're going to do and we just need to pick a CSX or a BNSF or a Santa Fe. I have my controller here, so I'm going to be using the Conrail, so it will be much fun. And I need some 2 freight trains required to access all of these. So the train was literally stuck right here, so I need to back it up and regain here, and I coupled that train.
A few moments later.
Looks like I coupled more of these freight cars, exactly for including an other track cars, and we got a lot of freights to do. And millions, and nothing like millions or something, if we're going to almost just all coupled up. And not just the minefield cars, or we're just going to make a long journey for distance. And a lot of cars are just coupled up. And I think my computer just crashed. And I just picked only one, and it's gonna be a long journey. So looks like I made the longest freight cars I ever seen that I can saw like this. So we're moving on, and let's get to work. And this is gonna be a stressful connection for sometimes, and this is gonna be a very much the longest freight cars that I ever imagined. You ever imagine in this some kind of yesterday and a lot of freight cars just moving around very slow and just moving along with some long distance to drive all the way around America, because across America was not an option because they have an infinity fuel, and looks like we're going to across the bridge. Looks like the train is coming up to the bridge. It must be the longest freight train ever, and this was the best thing ever because I input Conrail and Southern Pacific trains, and looks like this is the world's biggest and kind of aggressive thing that I ever saw at this moment. So, and why is there the Santa Fe driving on the left side of the rails? That was pretty intense, man. And look how the trains that across the little bridge exactly was the longest possible freight trains and freight lot of cars and a lot of freight work to do, and we just arrived at the station, but I completely going out of sight, and we're about to end this video right now. And so on, I have to stop the trains right at the end of the front edge, and looks like and this must be the harder challenge. This is not very impossible or something, and probably this is a very good test. I just giving a good review. That is a very good test for a lot of long road and across the bridge. After we just do something for lots of freight work, and we just try to do so.
Eventually,
I think we just got a problem with this car. And some trains are over like this, not be glorified to this, and everything just all be fine. Just, I really think so, but we're going to return back into the main line. But this must be quite a bit of main line, so we're just heading towards in front of the turnaround loop. So there's another turnaround loop and far more distance around the desert. So looks like this place looked like Egypt. Speaking of Egypt, some place just have a lot of sands, and because lots of sands, there is a flat desert, but there is non-flat deserts where sands, because we just need to continue to move, because we still need moving. So the train is coming our way and towards to the end and back into the main line and get back right there into that station. Now it's about time to head back this way into our stop, because this is where I started on these freight cars that I'm going to make the possible and the longest possible freight cars that I ever seen like this. We just already passed the bridge because there's some freight cars ahead of us. So I need to stop the train right now. So this train looks pretty slow, but I have to stop the train. So I have to slow down fast. If the train is gonna stop, this is gonna be happens. I don't want to get some accident right there. So this train was pretty slow, but I have to stop the train completely. So you just wanna take care of the train and freight cars. And I'm turning off the diesel engine's powers, so I'm going to turn it off. So you go and get some work to do. So if I'm going to end this video, he just must to work all the way through there and make them end like here. What have we got here? There was a slowest train, because there must be a slowest player, because this player puts a low quality because of all of these cars. I really think so, because this train has lots of slower things that I ever heard some. This train was kind of quite much slow, and this train is a little bit fast because it runs slowly than a player. Because this player just runs slowly than mine. So this is a better community for me, so my computer is a little bit fast, and because it was really better or something, so it's time to end this video right now. If you like for some more road scale videos, please sure make a like and subscribe to my glorious racing channel. I have to upload more racing content and railroad content as well, which will be Trevor Concept. We'll be signing off, and I'll talk to you all later until the next video comes. Looks like nobody is using that train, because I need to wait until the train goes onto the right side of the rails. So I have to wait for a few minutes or just even an hour or something like this. So I like the way I need to wait for so much long, and that's cool. And that's all I have to say.